This is a wonderful entrance porch, Harish.
Thank you so much. This is all customized. Usually people use this as a car park, but I decided that this is going to be somehow inside even though it's outside. So which is why I got in the frames. Each frame has its own story. Right? And I had already decided that Dhanu is going to be inside.
Dhanu is the name of your bike?
Yes. So this is Dhanu, has been with me for quite some time now. So the car stays outside, Dhanu stays inside. This table is also customized. I made it myself. This is a pallet loaded on a 1-ton wheel and it can be moved around pretty easily. So this is the place for my morning newspaper and I play with my pet sitting here.
So Harish, I see a lot of artifacts, a lot of collectibles here. Tell me about them. Did you purchase it at one particular place or were you collecting them from different places?
No. So each one has its own story. So I pick up things from the places that I travel to.
Okay.
So if you look at that piece, in the middle, the wooden piece comes from Kerala. It's very typical of Kerala. And the terracotta stuff that you see on the sides, they come from Bengal. So there is this place called Shantiniketan, which is pretty popular for making terracotta based stuff. So all the faces of the Durga, that comes from there. And in fact, the stone Ganesh that you see there, it's again hand carved. It comes from Tamil Nadu. And even in the backdrop of the Durga that you see, that's handmade. It comes from Odisha. The light that you see there is from Assam. None of them were purchased with an idea that it's going to go here. So I picked them up and then over a period of time decided, okay, fine, this is where it fits in.
Orissa, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Kolkata, you seem to be traveling a lot.
Oh yes, my native place is a place in Kerala called Palakkad. But by the time I was born, my parents were settled in Calcutta. So we used to come down to Kerala very often and we used to hop across Tamil Nadu. So that's how it happens. And in train journeys, those days, a sleeper class travel. So all the states that you go across, Orissa, Andhra. So I started picking stuff from all these states. And my wife is from, she's also from Palakkad, but she did her graduation from Guwahati. So that's how Assam comes into the picture.
Assam.
So Assam, Bengal, Orissa, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, that entire belt.
Harish, I also see there's a lot of play of light, shade. Tell me about it. What's your idea behind how do you perceive light?
Usually a lot of people focus on light, but I love to focus on shadow. The idea is to create shadow. I think that's when it becomes beautiful. Or the shadow has a character in itself. Because suppose there is a wall here and you don't expect sunlight to be on this side. But if you can actually create a light source which creates enough light and casts a shadow, your brain gets cheated. You know that there is a wall, so it can't be sunlight. But then there is an artificial source of light they use, create a shadow, and then it becomes a new place altogether.
There are a few light fixtures that I noticed, Harish. One with the pipes and there is one with GI pipes upstairs. There's an interesting kind of a lampshade, if I may call it. Tell me about them.
Most of the things I try to make myself. So all these pipes and fixtures, I saw this installed in some movie, I believe, and then got me thinking, okay, fine, this can't be very expensive. So for me, it's striking that balance between form, function, and price.
The ceiling light on the first floor.
So that happened when my Dhanno got punctured. So I was at a place where I was getting it repaired and there was a cycle shop next to it where this guy was discarding a used cycle tire. So the rim of the cycle he was trying to discard. So I said, can I take it? He said, okay, fine, take it. And on my way back, I picked up a couple of those chains that we use to tie our luggage to in a train. So I managed to put that on a hook, and I balanced the whole thing. And then I realized that okay, fine, I can actually hang bulbs onto it and hang it to the ceiling, and I can maybe customize a chandelier of sorts, if I could call it. So yeah, that's how that happened.
Now tell me about your bedroom, Harish. There is this black screen and then there's this ring light. Is this where you work?
Oh yes. I realized in the last 18 months or so, I was going to be doing a lot of sessions online, and I knew I had to cut a lot of distractions. I hate the virtual background because it has no character of its own. There is no depth to it. I had this huge frame in the background, got a master size black bed sheet from Amazon, clipped it up and had a ring light in front of me, invested in a decent mic. Lo and behold, I mean, people think I work out of a studio because the black background, because it's real, it's not virtual, has a lot of depth. Visually, it's much better.
One final question, Harish. When did you purchase this house?
I moved into this place in the year 2016, but let me also tell you, this is a rented place.
Pardon me? You don't own this place?
No, not at all.
Okay.
The owners of this place, Mr. Krishna and Bharti, they are based out of the US, and they've always been supportive of all the madness that I do. The only thing they have always wanted is the house has to be maintained well, and I'm of the opinion that irrespective of who owns the place, I live here, so it's my job, my duty to make sure that it looks great. So which is the reason why I go around doing whatever I do to make sure that it's appealing.
What's your idea of a home, Harish?
A home has to talk about the people who live in it. It's not something that the person who made this house or the people who constructed this house had anything to do with. It's about the people who live in it. So my idea of a house, it has to talk about the people who live in it.
Thank you so much, Harish, for having us over.
And the pleasure was all mine. I mean, not very often do we come across people who actually want to see or understand the sensibilities behind anything that we do. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and all the very best for your YouTube channel. I hope you get 1 million subscribers soon.
Thank you so much.
Lovely having you here. Take care.